What is happening, guys? This is Jose Cañas, and today, do you want to know how I actually sold 5 cars in one day? Well, this video is actually it's going to show you all the little things that I did and how I did it and how I was able to sell 5 cars so that you can actually also implement this and make this happen in your life. So you still till the end, you will get a lot of value, and I can guarantee you that you can actually replicate this as well and be on your journey to selling 5 cars in one day. If you're new to this channel, I have been nearly in the car business for a couple of years. It's been a huge blessing for me, and I absolutely love the journey. If you see value out of this, please click on this thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you can get seeing more value out of these videos. But with no much further ado, guys, let's jump into it because I have a lot to cover and I'm super excited. So the car business, the car sales business is exciting. You know, everything is new every day, and I love that. I love that because there is no cap to my income. You know, when you live on commission, you know that you have to make it happen. And there is one thing that you can't control. You cannot control the amount of people that drive on your lot. You cannot control the amount of people that are coming in just randomly. But you can control one thing. You can control your activity. You can control how many people you're reaching out every day that you are at work, how many phone calls you make, how many customers or previous customers you're reaching out to. Because when you do that, you are actually going to be able to control your traffic and not depend on just random people showing up at the lot. So that's how I did it, okay? I made a lot of calls, and one of the things that happened is the previous month was a good month for me, but it was a rough month before I sold these 5 cars in one day. So I started the month strong. It was the beginning of the month, and I said, okay, I'm determined to make this happen. And I got a couple of good leads through like the middle of the week. This person actually reached out over the internet, and I was able to reach out to him and say, hey, my name is Jose. I'm calling him from Audi. I know that you reached out about pricing, and I just want to make sure that I'm providing all the information you need. He was very very, very short, not very easy to deal with, but I was able to break a little bit of the ice because I was able to stand out compared to other people. So this is what is something that's very important for you guys. If you are getting started, make sure that you work on your phone skills. Being able to communicate over the phone is very, very valuable because a lot of people don't want to just like randomly show up. They want to make sure they understand they're getting the questions that they ask answered, and before they come in, they want to know that they can trust you and that they can actually work with someone. So build that rapport, build those things during your phone conversation. So this guy, I was able to say, hey, my name is Jose. He lived like a couple hours away, and I'm here to help you. He reached out about a particular vehicle. I believe it was an Audi Q7, and he said, hey, I wanna buy this vehicle. I said, hey man, unfortunately this vehicle is not on the lot here. It's actually on the way from factory. It should be here in the next 2 to 3 days. But we have this other vehicle that is exactly just like it. It just has a little bit more features. Would you be open to this one as well? And he said, sure, why not? I was able to share a little bit of the differences of the car, and he actually was interested in it. He said, okay, I'll be there on Saturday. He showed up on Saturday. He bought the car. Most of the things were done. And that was super helpful. The guy loved the experience. He said, I'm gonna come back. And he ended up spending more money than he wanted, but he was able to get a much better vehicle with more features, more options, more technology, and that was pretty cool. But here's the thing: make sure that you are working on your phone skills, that you know how to talk to people over the phone, that you promise them to give them information, but you don't give all the information. You give a little bit of, like a little bit of mystery. You don't tell them everything. You answer their questions and you promise to give them answers, but make sure that you also give a little bit of mystery so they actually remain interested and they come in and they actually buy the car. Another person that came in that day was someone that I was also talking over the phone. And with this guy, it was very interesting too, because he was also from far away. And he said, hey, Jose, I've been interested in this car for a long time. It's gonna be for my wife. I have a trade. I don't want to go there before I know what actually my vehicle is worth. And you guys know that when you have to appraise a car remotely, it's very hard because people are gonna have, they're gonna try to always get more value of their car when it's remotely, and you can't see it. It's hard to actually ask your manager to appraise something that's remotely. So we were able to kind of put together some numbers. Of course, once we gave him the number over the phone, he's like, no, you guys are not giving me enough. Somebody else is giving me like $2,000 more for it. We're not gonna do it. So I was able to reach back out and say, hey man, if you want, I feel like I'll be doing you this favor if I'm looking at your car remotely. If you bring it in, I can guarantee you that your trip is not gonna it's gonna be worth your time. And he ended up coming in. We looked at his car. We were able to give him a little bit more for it. Not exactly what he wanted, but he knew that he was getting a lot of value out of this. So he was able to buy that car, and that was also something else that was super valuable. And then the other people that I was able to help were people on the lot. You gotta be able to be on the go always. The people on the lot are some of the people that are the most important people that you can deal with at the moment. Because when someone is on your lot looking at cars, they're always there for a reason. So you gotta make sure that you know that what to say, you're on the go, you're ready to talk to them. So this is what I do. So when I see them, I obviously go and introduce myself. Always say, hey, welcome to so-and-so. My name is Jose and you are. Always introduce yourself, let them introduce themselves. If they have, they come with their family, with their spouse, make sure that you acknowledge everyone. If they have little kids, make sure that you acknowledge their little kids. People love their kids. Make sure that you say, hey, welcome. What kind of information can I provide you today? Is this your first time here? Have you been here before? They will tell you whether they're working with someone or maybe they're the first time here. They say, yeah, it's my first time here. We're looking to look at some vehicles here. We're looking for, and then you start asking questions. You begin saying like, hey, are you looking for a sedan or an SUV? Are you looking for pre-owned or new? What kind of features do you want that you don't have in your current car that you want to have in your next car? If they have a vehicle, if they pulled up in a vehicle, just make sure you acknowledge that vehicle and say, hey, are you guys how has been your experience with that vehicle? Make sure that you build some rapport, that you ask questions, that you understand exactly what they're looking for, because that's going to help you stand out. Sometimes, you have the ability to bring them in, sometimes sit them down, ask the questions and all those things. And yes, that's important, but sometimes people just don't have a lot of time. So make sure that you are working through all the process fast, but at the same time, very intentionally. You listen well, you're asking good questions, you're letting them see their cars. And if you know your lot and you know like, hey, this car is gonna work perfectly for you guys, you go ahead and just show them that car and say, hey, I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and get the keys for you guys, and ask them, hey, do you want any water? And just kind of break the ice a little bit. Show them the car. Make sure that you point out the little things that they are interested in. Some mistake that a lot of people make is they start talking a lot about features and options that people don't care about. So make sure that when you ask those questions before you show the car, you know exactly what people are looking for. Because why am I going to be talking about the safety features of a car if all they care about is for the car to have a sunroof or maybe to have a good stereo system? Okay, yes, it's important, those are awesome things, but people sometimes are not going to care about all those things. So make sure that you always listen to the customer and you're giving them the information they need. Okay, and you ask them those questions. You say, hey, do you want to take it out for a spin? People say yes, so you take them out. You go with them. It's always very important to make sure that you sit with them. You sit in the back. You show them the features again. You get on the road, put a plate on there, get their licenses and all that stuff. And when you are on the road, just make sure that you are always making sure, hey, how does it feel? Do you feel the difference? Do you see how it drives? How smooth it drives compared to to what you currently drive. People like that. It's a newer car. It's something that a lot of technology has changed, and people are always gonna love that. So make sure that you're telling them like, hey, like this is a great car, and then just keep building rapport. Just don't always try to to be talking about the car, but make sure you build rapport. Ask them like, hey, are you guys from around here? Do you live here? Share them a little bit about you. Make it personable, because we're humans. Make sure that you're building a human interaction. Make sure that you stand out, because a lot of times, when people show up to your lot, there is a high probability that they've been dealing with other dealerships, and they dealt with other salesmen. And when that happens, if you stand out, that's actually going to make a difference. And then, you ask some questions. You go into the trial close. When you come back from the test drive, you say, hey, from a level 1 through 10, on a scale 1 through 10, 10, I love this car. I want to take it today. 1 being, no, I'm not interested at all. Where do you place yourself? And this actually is going to show you exactly where people are. If they give themselves a 10, it's like, okay, let's go right ahead and let's make it happen. Or if it's a 9, so then you ask like, hey, what would it take you to get to a 10? Oh, maybe if we can work out the payments and make sure that we agree on the numbers. So then you ask, hey, if we can agree upon the figures, you'll be able to take this vehicle, right? And if they say yes, then that's a good opportunity for you to go ahead, bring them inside, sit them down, show them where the service department is. That's something that's very important. A lot of people don't do this. Show them, like, hey, we're gonna take care of you when you buy this car. Something that I love about this dealership is that we not only, my process is not for just to sell a car to you, but I actually want to develop a relationship with you. And this is the sales department. You're able to come in and service your car. If you ever need anything, they'll take care of you. So make sure that you show them those little things. Show them the bathroom. Show them if they need some water or anything, just offer them. Sit them down at your desk. Ask them some questions like, hey, how are you looking to pay for this car? Are you gonna look to finance? Are you trading it? If at this point you already know whether they are trading in their vehicle or they're not. And then you go out to your manager, you tell them what's going on, you show them numbers, you say, hey, depending on how much money you put down, you have 48, 60, or 72 payments. My manager just wants to know which one works best for you. You're quiet, you let them see it, and then if they say, yeah, I think this one will work for me, then you just circle that. You say, hey, I need a signature here, and then you already sold a car. So it's pretty simple. You want to make them going through the process. Make sure that you don't skip anything. Make sure that you're showing them the car. Make sure that you are standing out, and that actually helps you sell cars. So that's how I've done it. Again, it's very simple. It's a very simple process, but don't skip any steps. Don't go and show them numbers before you show them the car. Don't go and show them cars before you actually know what they're looking for. So make sure that you're always asking those questions. And again, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this video. If you feel like this is of value, if you feel like this gave you a lot of value for you to implement in your life, smashing this, click on that subscribe button, click on the thumbs up. It'll help me keep making more of these videos and actually spread more words for people who are looking to sell 5 cars. And I wish you the best. Go crush it.